Last night's storms, coupled with the lack of cash and ever-increasing generator problems, finally proved too much, and Laser's brave attempt to shake up European broadcasting came to an end. It is ironical that the government ship Guardline Tracker, which escorted Laser to Harwich, was once upon a time a sister ship to the Communicator.
Thank you very much, Andy.
Loving awareness, Radio Caroline. Love and good music, Radio Caroline. Love and good music, Radio Caroline.
Thank you much, Andy, for that report. As many might agree, one of the saddest days in offshore radio history. Not only a loss for radio itself, Laser also helped tremendously in expanding the imagination of British local radio with all their music non-chatter policy. And with the disappearance of Laser, as I'm sure many will agree, British radio will now suffer the consequence once again of being completely unimaginative. Although not in direct competition with Caroline, Laser have helped to prove how professional offshore radio can be. And will be tremendously missed by all on board the Ross Revenge, captain, crew and staff. Chuck, John, Jeff, Craig and Jay, you've been great neighbours for us. You'll always be remembered dearly as well. And maybe you'll come back another day.
Leave the winter behind and watch the sun rise and set in Morocco. Arabian Sands Holiday Village is a complex of luxury apartments with plenty to do from less than £200. Visit the Casbah and capture the exotic moods of North Africa, surfing along miles of golden beaches. Then at night, drinks on a sea terrace, perhaps a moonlit barbecue on the beach, or just stroll along those Arabian sands. For details, call Epson 44441. That's Epson 44441. Arabian Sands. You'll feel like you're in a different world, and you are.
Get ready to get rich twice as often. The game is Lotto 649, now drawn twice a week. The investment is £15. Choose 6 numbers between 1 and 49. Mail them with your £15 to Beth Canada, Box 5555, Vancouver, Canada, V6B 4B5. You could win, tax-free, at least $1 million twice every week for 13 consecutive draws after receipt. Allow 4 to 6 weeks for confirmation. Get ready to get rich. Catch the 649 results on Caroline.
Cutting on a little bit too much. Really is a sad day for everyone on board the Ross Revenge. Sad day for a lot of other people, no doubt. For Smith's a boy with a thorn in his side. 21 minutes after 12, and now we look at the gig guide.
The Radio Caroline Gig Guide. A list of concerts and musical spectacles around Europe.
Well, looking at the gig guide for today, Wednesday the 6th of November, Level 42 at the Cardiff University, Hawkwind at the Coventry Polytechnic, A Certain Ratio at the Savannah Club in Brighton, and Prefab Sprout at the Portsmouth Guildhall, Mid-Year at the Dominion Theatre in London, and the Armoury Show at the Town and Country Club in Kentish Town. Propaganda at the Leicester Polytechnic, and the Long Riders are playing in Utrecht. And finally, the Cult are playing in Sheffield at the Sheffield University.
The Radio Caroline Gig Guide, a public service for you from Caroline.
I can't wait. Desperately trying to hold a little piece of composure. 25 minutes after 12. Some of the stuff we have in the show for you between now and 3 o'clock. 2 double plays, of course. First one coming along at 1:45. It's by Eye Level. Then we have another one at 3:45, and it's by The Lucy Show. Also a top 5 at 1 o'clock. And we don't have a name for it, although it's for Alton Cameron from Ilford in London and Mean Graham from Snewing in Kingston. I think that's right, or Mean Graham Snewing from Kingston. And for all the cons in the Unit 1 North Wing High Point Nick in England, as it says on the card. Anyway, your top 5 coming up at 1 o'clock. This is Stevie Wonder, and I Love You Too Much.
Honey, you
9 minutes away from 1, Stevie Wonder and I Love You Too Much. The weather for this afternoon, dry with sunny intervals. Not much difference between today's high of 9 degrees Celsius and the low of 8. Tonight, cloudy with light rain and the winds are westerly and moderate to fresh. The outlook, unsettled with rain or showers. Current sea conditions at the moment around the Ross are rough and visibility is good. James and Hymn from a Village, Echo and the Bunnymen, Bring on the Dancing Horses. Contrary to the way I'm sounding, we really do have a good show lined up for you. Just got to snap out of it, that's all. By the way, did you have a good time last night? Guy Fawkes night in the UK. We were standing on the deck and we saw a few fireworks going off. Looked great. Hope you stayed out of trouble as well and no bad accidents happen. It's the worst thing that could happen. Now, the first double play of the afternoon in 5 minutes. Vale, live from the North Sea on 576 kilohertz. This is Radio Caroline International. It's just gone 1 o'clock. Good afternoon, lunchtime with Neil Francis. And we're going through a top 4 and not a top 5. Couldn't find the other one by secret affair. Especially for Alton Cameron from Ilford in London and Mean Graham Snewing from Kingston. And all the comms in Unit 1, North Wing, High Point, Nick. Hello to you. Here's your top 4, starting with your number 4 choice by 10cc.
Laser is being escorted into the port of Harwich by a Department of Trade vessel. Radio Laser has been illegally broadcasting off the Essex coast since last year. Ray Alexander has the details.
The Department of Trade said Laser Radio's problem appeared to be a major electrical breakdown, and the crew had therefore decided to call it a day and head for port. Essex police will be waiting to question them. Laser Radio, which has been broadcasting pop music from a powerful transmitter since last year, had stayed in international waters, where the Department of Trade had been unable to take action against it. But by keeping the ship under scrutiny, the Department of Trade claims a victory by discouraging the station's mostly British suppliers. The crew and DJs, all of them believed to be Americans, were irritated by a lack of fresh water and food in recent weeks. But now a failure to obtain some technical parts seems to have stopped the music.
Abroad, 82 people have been killed in a bus crash in India. The vehicle ran off a steep mountain road and plunged into a ravine. And in Sri Lanka, 11 members of the security forces have been killed in 2 separate attacks by Tamil guerrillas. 7 policemen died when their jeep ran over a landmine, and 4 soldiers were killed in a separate landmine attack. Finally, the Australian Air Force and police have raided one of the biggest plantations of marijuana ever found in the country. It covered nearly 10 acres and had a black market value of about £15 million. 6 Air Force helicopters ferried police to the site so they could carry out a surprise raid. 6 men were arrested. The plantation is to be burned. That's the news at the moment. The weather, it'll be mostly dry and sunny. It'll cloud over a little this afternoon, but it will remain dry. Temperatures around 10 degrees, that's 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Radio London News and Weather at 3 minutes past 2.
Like Robert Smith from The Cure. That's 2 from The Lucy Show, the last double play for this afternoon. First of all, you heard This Is On Heaven, and that was Electric Dreams. Another 2 double plays tomorrow at 1:45 and 2:45. And if you have any ideas, all you have to do is send them in. Radio Caroline, New York, 11518 for USA. This is UB40.
You shoot me down in the flames, you put me down alive. I'm giving you my...
Don't Break My Heart. That's just about it for this afternoon. Dave is here for his show between 3 and 6. Now, he is looking butch this afternoon, but he is not looking very happy. So you've got to excuse him. No doubt he'll have a good show for you. You will, won't you, Dave? Sure will. But he's just not looking happy. You must sympathise. I'll be back here tomorrow for another lunchtime session between 12 and 3 in the afternoon. Whatever you do today, do have an enjoyable one. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.